Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. A global powerhouse in podcasting and live streaming. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, our favorite top fuel driver from the NHRA, ladies and gentlemen, Antron Brown is in the house and standing by. Conrad has This Week in Auto History. We'll get you caught up on the stories making headlines this week as well. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this chilly Saturday morning. Supposed to warm up into the 60s today.
Ooh.
I know it's going to be a bitter one, however, come Monday, I understand. Yeah. Well, let's get right to it, shall we? Our favorite guy, three-time NHRA Top Fuel champion, Mr. Antron Brown. Antron, good to see you, my friend. How are you?
Doing good. How about yourselves?
Well, we're doing. Are you as busy as ever?
Yes, like everywhere. We've been working, just getting ready for this new 2024 season, and everything's just been going good so far, man. Just been all over the place, getting things ready, getting all the new liveries together, and working on some other projects at the same time. And we've been out there helping out a new partner of ours that we're just helping get out there, Sean Reed, out there in Top Fuel also. And then we also have our their ABM, just working on our development, entry-level people coming in, and that's what it's all about right now. We've been trying to, from the junior dragsters all the way up until we actually have Angel, like my old teammate from Pro Stock Motorcycle. She's part of our program, the ABM Accelerate program. So we're just trying to grow all these things, and we got so much stuff going on. It's a lot of excitement around NHRA with the new Mission Foods announcement for our major sponsor of our series. So there's a lot of buzz going on in our sport right now. And man, we're just riding that wave right now, just trying to keep everything balanced, but there's no balance, as you know.
Yeah, no, there's never any balance.
So if you talk about new liveries, that means new paint schemes and some new sponsorships for you?
No, like for us, we actually just new liveries for Matco Tools, our tried and true primary sponsor. Right. For the last 16 years. So we've got some new exciting things that are coming out this year that I can't talk about right now. So I'll try to get me. Yeah. I know how y'all roll.
You know how we are. Yeah, exactly. Hey, before we go any further, I did want to mention the fact that we had a death in the family recently, and I know that you were pretty close to Don Schumacher, and wanted to get your feelings on that.
And that Don's been fighting that fight for a while, and it's a sad day in motorsports in general because he brought so much stuff to our sport. And without Don, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And it's plain and simple. And he's taught me so many things, not just from the racing standpoint, but from the business side of things. You know what I mean? And gracious person. If you ever went fishing with him, the best host you can ever go out and just fishing. He really enjoyed that, the deep sea fishing. And you thought that he was intense. We always thought he was intense as a team owner. And I can tell this one story about Don Schumacher because we all thought he will not settle unless you were winning. If you got second place, if you got runner up, it's like you might as well didn't qualify that race. You get what I mean? That's how intense Don Schumacher was. And it was so funny. And he never raised his voice. He never got out of character. He was always cool, calm, collective. But you could just tell his demeanor on what he meant and how serious he was, And when I went out with him deep sea fishing, it was intense. Like that guy was the first up and going crazy, and it was ridiculous. It was absolutely crazy. Like he was up at 4 a.m. and we did not finish fishing until 6 p.m. in the evening, and we came in with the biggest fish you ever saw, from tuna to yellowfin tuna to sailfish to marlin, and it's always catch and release up for the tuna. The IE tuna, we filleted him right on his boat, and man, it was just a really good time. That's a side of Don that a lot of people didn't get to experience like I did, and I was very fortunate and blessed. And he always held a special place in my heart, and he always helped us steer us to be the type of people that we are today. Not just me, but my whole team, from Brian Karate, Brad Mason, Mark Oswald, all the guys that have been around Don, and all the crew members. know what type of gentleman he was.
Well, I mean,
sure.
that's one of the things that I never met him personally, but I learned a lot about him in the year that I was on the drag racing tour with the Valvoline team, and I know that he was very successful in everything that he touched, and he always relied on the best of the best and brought them into the fold. You're one of them. As you mentioned, your crew chiefs, and he always got the best crew chiefs. He always strived for the very best, and he was a very successful guy, and a lot of drag racing innovations. The canopy top, for one, he was the one that got that going. I mean, he was at the cutting edge, and I know that his electrical business, Schumacher Electrical, I mean, he took that to the top as well. I mean, he didn't settle for second, as you mentioned.
No, he did not, and he knew every milk and cranny. And the thing about it is Don was the first one to tell you that he wasn't the smartest one out there, which he was still sharp. So don't get that twisted. But he always said that he just learned how to outwork people. And that resonated with me when I watched him throughout all those years. And he goes, Antron, he goes, you know what? Some people are smart, some people this, but the thing about it is that attitude and work ethic will overpower anything every day. And there's some truth to that, without a doubt. Like, and for us and for me is taking a chance. It's literally going after what you truly want in life and giving it all you have. And if you just keep working at it, you're going to eventually achieve it. I mean, he looked at me after I started my own race team, and I'll never forget the phone calls because we negotiated back and forth to sell the team for me to buy some parts and pieces and everything else. And he ran me through it. He goes, Antron, this is nothing personal. This is business. And that's what we did. And I've learned a life lesson from him throughout all those years. And when we got done, he looked at me and he goes, you did very good at negotiating, and you were very good at sticking to your word and not deviating from it. And you stayed the course. And he put it to me. He told me he was going to try me. He goes, Antron, he goes, I'm going to show you some stuff. He goes, I don't think you should do it. I don't think you could do it. He told me everything that he think that I couldn't do. And then he says, and he told me that on purpose to see what I was made of.
Yeah, to motivate.
Not that he didn't think I couldn't do it. It's just to see if I folded, I wasn't ready to do it. And this went on for 2 years. And it was the best school that I could ever went to. And the best class.
And that's what a mentor does, is he makes those around him better by challenging them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He did that to every one of us. And he knew what button to push on each individual. He didn't do the same tactic to everybody. That's what people don't realize, that everything doesn't work for one thing does not work on every person. Every person learns and takes different. And for me, I was self-motivated. Somebody he never had to come in the trailer my whole career racing with him and told me, Antron, what you doing, man? You got to work more. You got to do this more. He never told me that because he knew how I worked. Well, he knew my button he could push on me is when somebody tells me that I can't do something. Wow. You tell Antron Brown that he can't do something, you see what happens. And he knew, and he found that out over time. And when he figured that out, that's how cool. That's how he knew how to get to
magic. Cool. By the way, I did want to mention something that when I found out that Mars had got you on today, I thought, I'm going to go to his website. And there is such a cool, I wouldn't even call it a commercial. It's like a 5-minute fun thing to watch that Toyota put together for you. And what a great video that is, my friend.
Oh, you're talking about hangover on horsepower. Huh?
Yes, hangover on horsepower.
My God.
You're not embarrassed by it, are you?
No, It's one of those deals, and it's kind of a spiff off of the hangover.
Yeah.
Except for we're doing hangover on horsepower, and we're just showcasing the brand new Tundras coming out with the V6, with the twin turbo on it. And then also having the IMAX, which is the electric motor that enhance it for the towing capacity, for the power and torque to take off, and for fuel, to make it fuel economical, basically the hybrid. And I got to drive that pickup truck for the first time, and I'm like, man, they said this thing was fast. And I was on the drag strip, and I mashed the gas pedal down, man, and I was like, this thing's like standing still. And the funniest part of it, it was actually standing still. I was actually peeling the rubber off the racetrack, spinning the tires. And I never forget, like, the Jeff Foster, the track guy, who he manages to track at Vegas, he goes, Antron, you are tearing up a racetrack. I was taking the rubber off the track. It was rubber shrapnel all over the place. I'm taking the rubber off the track. It was hilarious. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And they're like, AB, you can't hit it. Because normally you get in the pickup truck, you just hit it. And he goes, well, it squats down and takes off because it weighs so much. You know what I mean? And, man, I was lighting this up like it was a top fuel pickup truck. I was like, well, this thing's got some ponies to it. So it was pretty cool.
What do we got to look forward to for the first race? What can you tell us?
Well, the cool part is that we have I don't know if you know, but we have a race coming up before we start. We have a race, like kind of an all-star race, shootout race in Bradenton, Florida, called it's the Pro brought to you by SCAG, presented to you by actually the Horsepower Garage over there, the J&G guys from the Horsepower Garage. Basically, it's a shootout where you're writing the best of the best, invitational only, $250,000 to win.
Oh, wow.
And it is going to be something very, 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 very serious.
Now, this is a brand new thing.
Yes, it's brand new. It's put on by our pro organization, basically like our union for all of our professional race teams in NHRA. And basically we're teaming up where we're doing some different things that we normally don't do at a typical NHRA drag race, just to bring some excitement and entry to the Gainesville race, to the Gator Nationals, which is literally like 2 weeks after that. You get what I mean? So basically this is a deal is going to be on Flow, a streaming platform where you're able to see inside of our pits, see things that you never got to see before. And that's what's going to make it special. And then the coolest part about it is that it's going to be a format where it's going to be over 12 of our best of the best race teams, invitational only. That's coming from Top Fuel, from Funny Car to Pro Stock Car. You're going to have the baddest of the baddest, and then we're going to have some sportsman categories there, like from different classes in Super Comp, like Super Comp, and some different classes like that. And we're bringing the best of the best, invitational only. And then the crazy part is on Saturday, we qualify one run Thursday night. Friday, we have 3 qualifying runs throughout the day. Bam, bam, bam. And then we're going to race the Elite 8 on Saturday. And whoever doesn't make the field, we're actually going to do a little mixed tango where it's going to be Funny Car against dragsters for the ones that don't make the field.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
How fun is that going to be?
Oh, it's going to be crazy. And the coolest part is kind of like the baseball theme. You know how you always have baseball where you always have like the kind of all-star weekend, like they put a deal to start before you start your season to get everybody excited to see what's coming this season. This is what we're doing, because basically we're going to be testing there Tuesday, Wednesday, and all day Thursday, and make one run Thursday night and 3 qualifying runs on Friday. So you're going to see the best of the best where these cars and teams get to prepare for this to actually go out there and hit it hard. So
it's going to make it busy. It's going to make it busy Friday.
Antron, have you ever driven a funny car?
I have not. I warmed one up, but that is definitely on my bucket list. That is definitely on my bucket list.
Because, clearly I never have, but I understand that there's a huge difference with that short wheelbase on a funny car than it is on a dragster.
Yes, it is. It for surely is. It's a different type of driving, but for myself, I've always been intrigued by it because I love all the racing classes, and I want to race every car. Like, the only vehicle I really haven't raced yet, I did sort of a pro mod car with the radial stuff when we went to the Snowbird stuff last year.
Yeah.
I want to do a pro mod. I want to do a pro stock car. And
Erica will let you get in her car and run it down the track.
We definitely need to do that because I want to do that, and I also want to do a funny car without a doubt. Funny car definitely. And I think me and Caps, hopefully maybe we'll get together and do a spin-off one year when we're testing and do some social media behind it and film it where we swap rides.
Well, you're Toyota teammates too, so that shouldn't be too difficult to coordinate.
And we're like the same size, so it'll be perfect mix and match. And we're Toyota teammates, and I think it'd be really, really cool.
Well, I guess one of the reasons that I asked the question is because I read something yesterday that there is rumor that Ray Evernham is going to bring back the IROC race. And do you remember those races, circle track races, where they had the matched Camaros and drivers from different racing groups, IMSA, Formula One, IndyCar, all of that.
Well,
they all got out there, and it's all basically matched with driving skill in cars that they've never even been in before.
That was a few years ago. They did that before.
It was a long time ago.
But not hopefully equal cars, but
right.
Drivers
and all
from various skills.
The reason I ask you is because that triggered that thought. I'm thinking, now wouldn't that be cool if they had a series of drag cars of some sort, whether it be pro stock, I don't know about Top Fuel or Funny Car, because that may be a little bit too much for a pro stock person that's not really, but a set of cars that are equally matched and get out there and race your buddies.
Absolutely. I think that would be
the
phenomenal.
Antron Brown series, I think that would be a good, it has a ring to it.
I think we need to make some cars like that, man. And I think it'll be cool where you put it on there and then we don't even put a name on them, where you could get all the drivers from all the different makes and models throughout our sport and race. And we could even make it like a super fast, like bracket racing car.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
And then get everybody from all walks into our sport and invite like the people from NASCAR, people from F1, people from
right.
Exactly.
Sprint cars, and do the same thing, because you always bring all the talents in circle track or the road racing. Let's bring them to the drag strip. And, I think that's really cool.
And let them work a Christmas tree for the first time and see what that reaction time is.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to know if you're going to be on time to get your lunch, or if you're going to be on time and you're just going to get some Scooby snacks.
Antron, I don't know if you can see this, but behind me, we've got a Wally.
Yeah, we got a Wally
behind us.
The Emmons brothers presented us with the Wally that they won, and we were really thrilled to get that presented to us. So we covet our Wally back here.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
So are you going to be doing the AB Motorsports pit side experience again this year?
Oh, absolutely. We have that's a must, a staple point that we have. We bring all of our guests in and partners in, where they get the experience right by the race car. And that's what really helps and makes our racing program go, is having that type of experience. Without it, we wouldn't have what we have. All of our Mako distributors, that's their home base. That's how they bring their customers out. And they build those relationships. And also with our FVP and Factory Motor Parts partner, where they bring out all their customers and all their distributors and people of that nature. And the same thing with Hanksifers and Toyota. Like, everybody that we're a part of, they're really part of that program. And our FDC Fire Department coffee people, man. And we give everybody free coffee. And we wake them up with that freshness, that medium roast. That's how we wake them up with a little piece of meat.
And if I remember last time, you said that your wife was kind of one of the coordinators of that for your team. Is that correct? Still this year?
Yes. Like that's is all in the family, and that's my wife. She heads that realm, and she have implemented and got a lot of people that's with her, helping her with all that stuff. And she's been doing it since nonstop and been doing a great job. Last year, it's like we got thrown to the fire, and it was a lot, and was able to manage, maintain, and we just have a lot of people that are chipping in, giving us a great hand. But my wife puts countless hours in it each and every day, in the shop, at home, on the laptop, trying to finagle it, make it happen. And it was pretty cool to see her grow through that this year.
Well, we're looking forward to that invite to do the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show from Pitside at the Antron Brown Top Fuel Dragster thing on a Saturday, wherever you want us to be.
Oh, we got you covered. We got a corner laid out for you. Y'all guys come in. And the thing about it is we have Chef Kevin in there. We got him, Chef Kev. He throws down, and he's a brilliant chef, and we have a really good time out there. And where else is a better spot to be? You get to come out and see 12,000 horsepower race cars. You get to sit right alongside of them in the pit side experience and see the crew guys strip them down, put them back together in less than 40 minutes, fired up, get the cackle right next to you, get to smell a nitro, get the tear in your eye, and then have a chef prepare a meal and we get to come in there and have a lot of fun with different games and giveaways and stuff.
I'm packing now.
Antron, it's great to talk to you, my friend. We sure appreciate you taking the time on a Saturday to talk to us, and best of luck. We'll be following you all season long. Maybe we can catch up with you at some summer break sometime.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you fellas very, very much. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Antron Brown, NHRA Top Fuel Champion. Okay, time now on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show for Conrad's This Week in Auto History.
Well, in this week in 1942, Ford earned a Jeep contract. So the blueprints for the American Bantam vehicle, the original Jeep that was being built by Willis, was also being built by Ford. And Ford built over 300,000 Ford Jeeps for the World War II effort. I didn't realize they built that many. And when you look at how many they built and the amount of money that they were contracted for, they built each of them for about $975 each.
Wow.
Pretty amazing. In 1958, Toyota and Datsun came to the United States. In 1958, Nissan and Toyota showcased their cars for the first time at the Los Angeles Auto Show. While some Datsuns and Nissan vehicles brought to the United States that were the same name, most of them were given different names as they came into the United States. Ray Lemke opened the first U.S. Datsun dealership in 1958 in San Diego, and the first Datsuns to hit the American shores were a 48 horsepower engine with a 4-speed column shifter. Now, I've driven a 3-speed column shift, but never a 4-speed. And then in 1985, Saturn was founded, a new division by General Motors, which has since gone away.
It's a Viper.
Okay. 1989, the Dodge Viper concept debuts. After only a year of development, the non-running prototype Viper made its first appearance at the North American International Show, and it received enthusiastic response. And then it ended up making it into production. It cost them about $70 million to put that car into production. And then after that would have been the introduction of, let's see, next picture. Yeah, the introduction of Saturn in 1985. Saturn, as a separate brand within General Motors, had a unique style. Their advertising was they were a different kind of car company, and they were the ones that kind of introduced the one-price car. The original cars at Saturn, there really wasn't any negotiation. This was the price. This is what you paid, and that lasted for most of Saturn's life, but not all of it. Towards the end, they did start discounting the cars. And then in 2006, at the North American International Auto Show, the Dodge Challenger concept debuted.
It's a Camaro.
I know, but a lot of other things in that same year were first introduced. The Camaro was introduced to the public. The Pontiac Solstice, the FJ Cruiser were all introduced to the public. But the big one was the Challenger concept that stole the spotlight. And again, the Challenger ended up being the one of the production cars that came out of that 2006 North American International Auto Show. And then finally, in 2020, the Bullet Mustang sells at the Mecum Auto Auction. For what was it? $3.7 million for that Mustang, and that was one of the two cars that were used.
That was
the
one that they found in Mexico,
right?
It was all beat up and it wore out.
There were two of them, but this is the one that they found. And then the final thing that showed was the picture of the Lamborghini Miura concept car, but it never came to fruition.
Okay. Thank you. Profitability and supply chain issues for electric vehicles worry automotive leaders, according to KPMG and its 2024 Global Automotive Executive Survey. The survey released Tuesday found that, you ready? 45% of respondents outside China were either very or extremely concerned about access to lithium and cobalt for EV battery production in the next 5 years. Chinese control and a relatively unfamiliar supply chain environment are driving executive concerns, according to Gary Silberg, National Automotive Industry Leader at KPMG. There are all new questions that automakers have never really had to grapple with in a brand new supply chain, Silberg said. And then secondly, everywhere they go, China has a significant control over, and I think you add those together, and that's a concern for the supply chain, he said, saying. Did you hear about Cummins Engines?
No. Tell me more.
Okay. Truck engine supplier Cummins agreed to a record-setting fine in a $2 billion settlement of a lawsuit filed on Wednesday by the U.S. Justice Department and California, charging the company with installing devices designed to cheat emissions control. No. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Under the settlement, which is subject to court approval, the $1.675 billion fine to be paid by Cummins includes $1.48 billion to the federal government, $164 million to the California Air Resources Board, and $33 million to the California Attorney General's office. Justice Department said in its largest ever civil penalty for a Clean Air Act violation. Cummins will also spend more than $325 million to remedy the excess emissions, including $175 million to California to reduce excess nitrogen oxide, and will fund replacement high-emitting diesel locomotive engines. The lawsuit said Cummins allegedly installed so-called defeat devices to bypass or disable emissions controls such as emission sensors and onboard computers. The lawsuit said Cummins used defeat devices for 630,000 2013 to 2019 Ram 2500 and 3500 pickup truck engines to cheat emissions control requirements.
That's where all those old Volkswagen engineers went to work.
Yep.
After they got fired from Volkswagen.
Oh, my gosh. Well, that's huge. Anyway, shame on them. Quick time for a quick break, and we'll be right back. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, streaming and podcasting. Look for us on your favorite provider.
Rev your engines and set sail for the ultimate surf and turf. The Houston Automotive Show, January 24th through the 28th at NRG Center. One ticket gets you into both the auto show and the boat show. See your favorite car and boat brands under one roof. Learn about the latest electric vehicles and test drive one with Evolve Houston. Board your dream boat and check out the bass fishing demos. It's the Houston Automotive Show, January 24th through the 28th. Buy early and save at automotiveshow.com.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana? Stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.